Hello my fellow freedom builders and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're gonna have a look at some potential stock rockets. And as you know, if you have been following my channel for a while, I've been keeping track on my short-term swing trading portfolio. Now the quote-unquote problem with these swing trading stocks is that there have not been much swing in them, meaning that they have just kept going up with the small cap market. Meaning that I have not really gotten around to sell any of the stocks because I didn't get any sell signals. So many of you have been asking me, why can't we get some more good candidates? And well, I'll try about once per week to make this little stock rocket potential videos for you so that you can get a feel of what I'm looking for and get some inspiration for your own portfolio. Remember, this is only inspiration. This is not stock trading advice or anything, and you should do your own due diligence and dive deeper into the numbers here. But this is so that you can get a feeling of how I look at it, and then you can add it maybe to your own strategy. So let's get straight to it. But unfortunately, the video cannot go any further on before you've hit the subscribe and the like button down there below the video. So if you'll just quickly do that for me, then we can get on to the stocks. First of all, we have a stock with the ticker symbol JLL. Jones Lang LaSalle, I think it is pronounced. And if you take a look at it, now normally for these short-term swing trading stocks, I actually only look at the daily chart. But it is good to have a quick look at the weekly charts just to see if there's any structural things that we can kind of see might stop some investors out. And there is some sort of triple top here that is up around 180, and right now the stock is at 160. So this is kind of a swing trading candidate. But it seems like this year, many of the stocks have easily been able to break these ceilings here. So let's see what happens when and if we get up there. But we have the uptrend here. We are above the 200 SMA. As you can see here, I've drawn a little green box, meaning it has been a kind of in a sideways retracement mode here. So that the 20 SMA and 50 SMA have been able to catch up, and now we have broken out of this box here. We can also see that on the 50 line, the dotted line here down at the RSI, we have just been down touching just below, and then with the latest swing here, we were actually not even down touching the 50 line before we shot up further here. So many of these candidates, of course some of them are just shooting straight up, but many of these calls I give, they kind of go a couple of days sideways or maybe drop a bit, and then you can take it off. Also, if you want to stop loss, you might want to put it somewhere down here. That is completely up to you. Some are using the ATR, some are using some fixed percentages, but you can have a look at it here. Now, what I also want to do here, and I have 4 candidates, so I'll make it quick, but I also want to take a quick look at the fundamentals. And now you might wonder, why would I want to look at the fundamentals when it is a short-term swing trading candidate? Well, if you have seen my swing trading videos that started with the portfolio that started the 15th of September, some of the stocks in there have actually kept going up. Some of them are up 200, 250%. And the reason for that is that I've actually picked stocks that have a good fundamental solidity to them, I would call it, so that they're not completely on the edge of bankruptcy or something like that. And yeah, some of them are actually coming out with some great numbers. So I'm looking for some stability in the fundamentals as well. So let's just have a look at Jones Lang LaSalle here. And if you don't know it, this is the Stockopedia platform. It is my favorite research platform. There's a link to it below. It is an affiliate link, so I'm getting a bit of a kickback if you choose my link to sign up. But they do have, as far as I remember, a 25% discount right now, and they might even, sometimes they're running with a 14 days free trial, I think. I'm not completely certain about that. Anyway, Stockopedia, my favorite platform here, and I'll also put a link to the TradingView platform. That is the other one I'm using here for all my charting. Anyway, stock rank 95, meaning that this is overall a very good stock. They have a good quality in their earnings. There's a good momentum in the stock. And actually, the funny thing here is that there's also a good value. And the reason why I say that it's funny there's a good value is that many of the stocks I choose are already in a strong uptrend, meaning that on the normal value parameter, this would actually be too expensive. But right now, the Stockopedia platform is evaluating this to be good value. When we look at the PEG ratio, that is the price earning, the current price earning, the PE ratio, divided by the expected future growth. In the PEG ratio, we get a feeling of if we're paying too much for future growth. And we do like this number. I like this number, I should say, below 2. And this is 0.6, so it's actually very nice. As we can see, price to sales around 0.5, that's great. We can see here, this is, when they're green here, they are very good compared to the overall industry they are in. And when they're green here, they're good compared to the overall market. So this is actually very nice. We can see the quality earnings here. Petrosky scored 5, that is decent. They're just in the gray zone here, the Altman C score, but nothing really to worry about. Normalized earnings per share is going kind of sideways. We would like it we would like to see it go up, but this is okay. Free cash flow has been a bit bumpy, but is also going up nicely. They're paying out a very small dividend, but nothing really to be looking at here. I'm not buying this for the dividend, not at all. And we can see they have a decent working capital and they're taking on some net debt. If this was a long-term candidate for me, I would take a bit of a look into this net debt, what it is they need this money for, because there's not really any problem in taking on debt if it is some good investments they're putting it into. But that is a bit different, and that is something, if it was a candidate for my covered call portfolios or something like that, I would definitely have a look at what are they spending that money on. You can see the interest coverage. They can easily pay the short-term interest on their debt, so not really any problems there. You can see the analysts are quite fond of the stock and so on. So this is definitely a stock that I would have a look at. And if I get a sell signal on my short-term swing portfolio, this one is definitely a candidate I would have a look at. The next one is LAD, the Lithium Motors. And as you can see here on the technical part, there's not really any obstacles here. It's just riding at an all-time high right now. And this is of course something that is a bit counterintuitive for many new investors that have been taught to buy low and sell high, because what we are doing is actually to buy high and sell even higher. But of course there are some things we are looking at, and we do want to see it in a trend. And as you can see, this is, and those of you that are my Danish subscribers, you know that this is my favorite overall strategy, or at least chart pattern here, where we see this. Actually, I would like it a bit more stabilized up here, but we see the buyers coming in earlier and earlier and the sellers going out about at the same level. We break up through the triangle here, have a little retracement, and this is also a retracement on the 20 SMA, and then we're shooting upwards from there. The RSI is absolutely great here, so there's nothing to worry about on the technical side. I would easily take this one, and normally you can just press this line, press Ctrl C and Ctrl V, then you copy paste this, and you can get an idea as to where this would go. Now, I think this could easily go up like 10 or 12%, so you could go for a swing there. But this is just a kind of a rule of thumb, because they can easily keep going up. It's not like they cannot go any higher than this. Let's have a look at the LAD here in the Stockopedia platform, the Lithium Motors here. And we can see a 97, it's even better at the stock rank. A value at 60 is still decent, and 92 and 94 here, the quality and the momentum is great. 1.8 at the PEG ratio, nothing to complain about there. EV to EBITDA may be a bit high, but then again, we are not planning on keeping this forever. The quality of the earning is very good. Petrosky scored 7, nothing wrong there. This is a picture of an earnings per share development that I would like to see. Just going up in a straight line pretty much from left to right. Looking very good. The cash flow, if we can get that up here. Let me just see. there it goes. It is also going up. They had some problems in the 14, 15, 16, so on, but in 18, 19, and here in 20, it seems like it is all going very nicely with the free cash flow. They're paying a very tiny dividend, but again, it's not something we look at. Their net debt is also a bit high, and normally, as I said before, I would want to look into that. But on these short-term plays, I'm actually more interested in just making sure they have some working capital to their day-to-day management, development of new products and so on. And it seems like that is going up nicely. So absolutely nothing disturbing here. LAD, Lithia Motors, also a good candidate. Number 3. That is BRP with the ticker symbol DOO, D-O-O-O. And as you can see, this has also broken up through it is in a good uptrend, and it has been in a sideways retracement. It has broken up, now it has retraced, and the condition here is I would like to see just a single day or two with a bit of buyer strength here. Someone would take it here, just touching the upper part of this square here, the support area. But personally, I do like to see the buyers coming in, and I think we'll see that in a couple of days here. So have a look out for this one. Let's just have a look at the DOO over here. And it is coming up here, 94, very good in stock rank. It is some good candidates I have found today. It's not always that good. 1.5 in PEG ratio, absolutely outstanding. And what can we see down here? Very good development earnings per share, nothing to criticize there. Free cash flow going up nicely. We have the working capital has been in a bit of a negative slump, but now it is very much in the positive. They might have gotten some capital injection here. They can pay the short-term interest. The analysts are happy about it. All right, nothing to complain about here. So the DOO, the BRP, have a look at for that one as well. Last one today is LPX, the Louisiana Pacific Corp. And as you can see here, this is forming the pattern I really do like. As I said before, I'm looking for this very well-formed triangle here. And here we can see, I'll just put some arrows on in case you should be blind. We have the buyers coming in here, buyers coming in here, buyers coming in here. They're getting more and more eager to buy. But we have the sellers selling out at the exact same point pretty much. And what I expect will happen here, we can see the RSI above 50 is very good trend strength. What I expect to see is a break here, and when that happens, I would suggest you buy, or you wait for the retracement before you buy. And when I say I suggest you buy, it's of course not an advice for you to buy. It is that I suggest that if you follow this strategy and you like the numbers and you have done your own due diligence, then of course you can consider buying. The fundamentals here, 97 in stock rank, absolutely outstanding. You can see the numbers here, very high. We don't have a PEG ratio, and that can be because, well, they do have a positive earnings per share here, so there might just be some negative estimates for the growth. Yeah, we can see here earnings per share growth is actually negative. That might be a bit of a drawdown here, but that of course gives us a non-showing PEG ratio here. They do have actually the highest dividend yield of these 4 candidates, but then again, it's not really anything I'm concerned about. We have a good quality in the earnings, very high Petrosky score. We have a nice and decent earnings per share development here. We have the free cash flow, also okay. We have working capital here, decent. Net debt is actually negative, so that is great. They can easily pay their short-term interest coverage. So there's also a buy from the analyst. So what's not to like here? Definitely, absolutely a stock that I'll be looking at. So these 4, as you can see here, we have the Jones Lang LaSalle, we have the Lithia Motors, we have the BRP, and we have the Louisiana Pacific Corp. Now, just for a quick answer for those of you that have been asking me, how do I find this? I would like to say that it was just a quick and easy scanner, and I have made a video earlier about how I find some good swing candidates with the trading view here, but the thing is that I often end out with 300 to 400 different candidates, and then I go through them one by one, finding 40 to 50 that I really like. Then I take a look at the fundamentals, and often I end up with somewhere between 3 and 10 candidates that I would like to have a look at. So it is a lot of work. It is not really automized or systematized in any way, so that I just put my computer into it. But I also like myself to get a feel of the market. So the thing of actually scrolling through tons and tons of stocks that gives me a very good feel of what is going on in the market. All of a sudden I might see that a ton of sell signals are coming in on real estate companies or healthcare companies and so on, and that gives me some ideas of what is going on, which sectors and industries are moving and so on, and that is simply priceless. So of course you can systematize some of it, but a lot of it is getting your hands dirty and just start digging down in the stock market and get a feel for the stock charts. That's just about now. I won't take any more of your time. Take care of yourself and your money out there, and I'll talk to you shortly. Bye.